Welcome to this presentation. Today we will discuss the characteristics of an NPN transistor. So we have seen that an NPN transistor have three terminals, but to connect the NPN transistor in a two-port network configuration, you need four terminals. The word port means a pair of terminals. If I have an input port and an output port, then I need four terminals in total. But uh, the transistor has only three terminals, so one terminal has to be made common to both input as well as output. So there are three possibilities. One is common base, then common emitter, and common collector. So in common base configuration, the base terminal will be common to both input and output. Here in common emitter configuration, emitter will be common to both input as well as output, and in common collector, collector is the common terminal. Now here I have shown a common base configuration. So here you can see base terminal is common to both input as well as output, and I have marked the terminal quantities. So the VB is the input voltage, IE is the input current, VCB is the output voltage, and IC is the output current. The current directions and voltage polarities are as per the convention that we have discussed in the previous lecture. Now to analyze the behavior of this particular element in terms of the terminal quantities, we can use characteristic curves. So there are VI characteristics or static characteristics to describe the terminal behavior of the device. There are two sets of characteristics. One is input characteristics, second one is output characteristics. So we are trying to plot a variation between two quantities in a graph paper. So we have an x-axis and a y-axis. So on the x-axis we have an independent variable, the variable that we will change, and based on the change in that variable, the other variable on the y-axis will change. That is called a dependent variable. So what is the independent variable in all these graphs? Voltage will be the independent variable. We will change the voltage quantity and we will observe the variation in a current quantity. So the dependent variable will be a current. So in addition to that, a third variable is held constant during this when we plot these characteristics. So first we can look at common base input characteristics. So this is common base configuration. In input characteristics, we will plot the variation between input current IE and input voltage VBE. So as I said, voltage is on the x-axis, VBE is on the x-axis, and input current IE is on the y-axis. And we will keep output voltage constant. VCB is kept constant. So for VCB equal to 1 volt, I have one curve. Then for VCB equal to 10 volt, there is another curve. VCB equal to 20 volt gives a third curve. Okay, so why this particular shape is coming? So when we are looking from the base emitter, these two terminals, so this is a forward biased PN junction. So it is similar to that of a diode. So the characteristics will be similar to that of a diode, forward biased PN junction. So initially the current will be zero. When once the junction is forward biased, the current will rise exponentially. So now there is one more observation. You can see that there is an upward shift in the characteristics when we increase the VCB level. So we can discuss why it happens. So when VCB value increases, the collector base junction becomes more reverse biased. So what is the consequence? When the collector base junction becomes more reverse biased, the width of the depletion region will increase, and this depletion region will penetrate more deep into the base region. Why? So this point I will explain in the next slide. Suppose it will penetrate more deep into the base region. So what happens? Then the effective width of the base will decrease. Then when the base width decreases, the electron hole recombination that will take place in the base will come down, it will decrease. So the more and more electrons will reach the collector junction without undergoing recombination in this base region, since the width of the base is reduced. So the emitter current will increase. So that's why there is an upward shift in the characteristics. So this particular point, when we reverse bias the collector base junction, the depletion region is penetrating more deep into the base region. That effect is known as Early effect or base width modulation. So this is named after a scientist, Early, so James Early. So here I have shown a zoomed version of the base collector junction. So this is the base collector junction J2, and as you know, in the depletion region we have immobile ions. So on the collector is an n-type material, so we have positive immobile ions on the on this side on collector, and the base is p-type material, so we have negative immobile ions on this side of the depletion region. And suppose I have 12 positive immobile ions on the n side, then to find 12 negative immobile ions on the p side, I have to go deep into the base region, because the base is lightly doped, the concentration gradient is less. This number of immobile ions on either side of the junction must match. The net space charge must be 0. So to meet that requirement, the depletion region has to penetrate more deep into the lightly doped region, base region. So that is why this base width modulation occurs when we reverse bias the collector base junction. Now we will discuss about the output characteristics of common base configuration. So as the name indicates, the x-axis will be an output quantity, output voltage VCB, and y-axis is output current IC, and we will plot the variation of IC versus VCB for constant input current. Input current is IE. So you can see different curves for different values of IE. So say for IE equal to 3 milliampere, you have this particular curve. So why this particular shape is coming? We can use this equation. IC is equal to alpha IE plus ICBO. We discussed this in the previous class. So ICBO is reverse leakage current. It is a very small value, so you can neglect this. So IC is approximately equal to alpha IE, and alpha is a number close to unity. So if I take alpha equal to 1, then IC is approximately equal to IE. So for IE equal to 3 milliampere, IC value will be approximately equal to 3. So I will get a constant horizontal line here. For IE equal to 6 milliampere, I will get IC value at 6 milliampere. Okay. Then towards the right of this graph, we can see an upward bend. So why that happens? So when you are increasing the VCB value above a particular limit, the reverse biased collector base junction may undergo avalanche breakdown. So the junction, when the junction breaks down, the current will shoot up, collector current will increase. So it is an irreversible process, so the device will be damaged. So we will not go into this region during normal operation. Then there is a change in shape in this portion also. So you can see this is VCB equal to 0 point. So this boundary is VCB equal to 0. So to the left of this, VCB is taking negative values. So when VCB takes negative values, our collector base junction becomes forward biased. So what happens? So the electrons coming from the emitter region, they will face a forward biased collector base junction. So they are facing the negative of a battery. So they are opposed from entering into the collector region. So the collector current will sharply decrease. So when you increase the forward bias in the collector base junction, the collector current will sharply decrease to 0. So that is about the output characteristics of common base configuration. Then one more thing, this particular area where you have emitter base junction forward biased and collector base junction reverse biased is known as active region. And this region where we have both the junctions forward biased is known as saturation region. Then suppose IE value is 0, then when IE is 0, IC is also 0. If you consider ICBO, then IC will be ICBO, very small value. So that is shown here. For IE equal to 0, IC is ICBO or approximately 0. Okay, so I equal to 0 and IC equal to 0 means the transistor is acting like an open circuit or open switch. So it is not conducting. So below that limit, both the junctions are reverse biased and it is acting like a open switch. That region is known as cutoff region. Now coming to common emitter configuration. So here emitter terminal will be common to our input as well as output, and these are the terminal quantities. So our input voltage will be VBE and input current will be IB. This we will use for plotting input characteristics. So this is input characteristics of common emitter configuration. So input current is IB and the input voltage is VBE, and this is plotted for constant value of output voltage VCE. So you can see three curves for three different values of VCE. So when I increase the value of VCE, there is a downward shift in the curves. IB is decreasing when the VCE value is increased. So when VCE increases, what happens? Collector is becoming more and more positive. So when collector terminal becomes more positive, the collector base junction is more reverse biased. So when collector base junction is more reverse biased, the base width modulation process will occur and base width will decrease. So when base width decreases, the possibility for electron hole recombination in base region will decrease, and in effect base current will decrease. So that is why there is a downward shift in the characteristics. Now we will look into the output characteristics of common emitter configuration. So as the name indicates, it is the plot between output current IC and the output voltage VCE for constant input current. So input current in common emitter configuration is IB. So IB will be kept at constant value, say 30 microampere. So you will get a plot like this. So the shape of this graph is similar to common base configuration, except there is a pronounced slope here. The tilt is more. So why that happens? Because IC is beta IB plus beta plus 1 into ICBO. So ICBO is amplified by a number beta plus 1. It is multiplied by beta plus 1. So when we are increasing the VCE value, when we move towards right on the x-axis, say from 10 volt to 15 volt, the reverse voltage across the collector base junction will also increase. Collector base junction will be more reverse biased. So the reverse leakage current ICBO will increase, and that is magnified by beta plus 1. So that is why there is an increase in the collector current and there is a tilt in the graph. And similarly here also you can identify three regions: active region and cutoff region, saturation region in this graph. Okay. Now coming to the last configuration, this is common collector configuration. Here you can see collector terminal will be common to input as well as output, and our input voltage is VCB and input current is IB. So input characteristics will be between IB and VCB for constant VCE. That is shown on the next slide. So input characteristics is between IB and VCB for constant VCE. But you can see that the shape of the graph is completely different from what we have seen in the previous two input characteristics. So the explanation goes like this. We can write VBE as VBC plus VCE. The base to emitter voltage can be written as base to collector voltage plus collector to emitter voltage, VBC plus VCE, and VBC is equivalent to minus VCB. So I can write VBE as VCE minus VCB. So when I move towards right through the x-axis, VCB increases. So when VCB increases, this VBE will decrease. So when VBE decreases, what happens? The emitter base junction becomes less forward biased. So the base current will fall. So suppose initially I have 50 microampere base current, then when the collector base junction potential is increased, when we move towards right, this base current will fall and it will reach 0 when there is no sufficient forward bias to the base emitter junction. Base current will become 0. Similarly, I can draw graph for the VC equal to 7 volt also. You will get a similar characteristics. Now the last figure, this is the common collector output characteristics. Here we will draw the variation between output current IE and output voltage VCE for constant values of input current IB. So the plot will be similar to that in common emitter configuration, common emitter output characteristics. In common emitter we had VCE on the y-axis and VCE on the x-axis and IC on the y-axis. Here instead of IC we are having IE on the y-axis. So IC and IE are approximately equal, so the plots will be similar. So the same shape will come here. So we will continue our discussion in the next class.